We decided we're going to start picking some of our produce today and get some jarring happening today. I'm picking all the beans, the green beans that finally came on. Ola is going to be picking tomatoes. We're going to make salsa and dilly beans, probably some pickled peppers till we run out of jars, I guess.
So we have tomatoes on right now. We just want to go ahead and pick as many as possible and get some salsa out of the way. I have a feeling we'll probably have to do 2 to 3 batches this year. If the weather just can hold out for a couple more months, that would be awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get all the tomatoes picked, and hopefully we can get just started on jarring what we can. Logan's going to help me. Just mostly I'm going to go into the depths of the plants and pick them, and he's just going to help me like get them out of there. We're going to get going. Okay, so I got all the tomatoes picked, and I could tell that there's going to be probably in a week or two we're going to have another big harvest like today. I actually got way more than I expected, and I'm really happy about that. I'm so thrilled. If I was to compare the harvest from just this one time, it's probably more than our harvest from last year. Wouldn't you say, hun? Yeah, absolutely.
And I still have from this giant sunflower all the way over there. But you can see these pepper plants are like giant flower bouquets full of peppers.
Yeah.
So
let's get another bucket. Let's do it, right? Or do we have enough jars?
I don't know if we have enough jars or not.
Yeah, the fact that we're questioning if we have enough jars for this harvest the first time around is a really good thing. Really good.
Especially considering that we have like around 300 jars in our inventory.
So the tomatoes here that are mortgage lifters, look how they bent the cattle guard. Like, look how...
It's all bowed.
It's all bowed.
Yeah.
Those are the tomatoes that we'll still get though. Can't, we'll just have to put like another stake in the middle or something.
Yeah, I think next year we'll stake them in the middle to hold them.
This is the biggest garden we've even had before as well, right? When we had our other house.
One year we had a huge amount of garden. We had put so much of our yard into garden. I think this is probably, between the three, I think it's probably 50% more than we had that year.
Yeah.
Half again. So
I love it.
Yeah. This is a really nice, I really didn't expect this harvest to come out as well as it is.
Yeah, me neither.
I had my doubts this whole summer. These pumpkins, there's a bunch in here.
Yeah.
They just like took over the whole hillside. Kind of fun.
They're attractive too. Just really fun to look at.
Yeah. Oops.
I can't believe you're filling up that whole bucket.
Oh, I can. I'm telling you, there's like 12 per plant. Look at that. This is one plant right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got a lot. These are all spicy hot.
Ooh.
These are the Hungarian wax ones.
Ooh, I like the spicy hot. That one has one more than 13.
Yeah.
You want me to eat it?
Yeah. It's good.
Our green beans, we're gonna pickle that today. Got 2 things of peppers, all sorts, and a couple of things of tomatoes.
There's probably, this is a 5-gallon bucket, and this is probably another 3 to 4 gallons worth in here.
We're gonna go pick some berries. Look excited, everybody. So our neighbor that we did some work for is letting us pick some of his fruit trees, and we're always so jealous of his like fruit like orchard thing that he's got going on. We're looking forward to doing a big harvest, boys. You ready? Okay. What kind of plums are these? These are the wild ones, right?
The wild ones you're talking about are Potawatomi plums. And
So look at this. Look at this harvest. It's really going to be a really nice one. Nice big plums. So we're going to go ahead and pick this tree. And it might be all that we need just on this tree. Because if you look at this branch right there, that is just full.
okay, we made it back to the shop. 1 and 2. I'll float these out, get them rinsed. While these rest for a second, then I'll start getting them in. The choke cherries, I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. The choke cherries are dry and in the bucket, they'll last just fine overnight. But I'm gonna get the plums done tonight. Okay, so I only added about 2 quarts of water to each pot to just help steam the fruit and get it started so it wouldn't burn to the bottom. Now they've cooked down and juiced out completely, and you can see that it's all liquid. There's a little bit of pith, there's some peels, and there's the seed or the pit. I'll just strain that out. I've got the 2 pots set. This one's about 4 gallons, that one's about 6, and this one I've done just as juice. By the time you juice them out, the sweetness that you taste when you eat the plum goes away, and it gets really tart and really sour. So I've added a little bit of sugar to this. This is about a 1-to-4 ratio. So for every gallon of plum juice that I've got in here, I've added 1 quart of sugar. So this 4 gallons has 4 quarts of sugar in it. It sounds like a lot of sugar. It's just sweet enough that it's still tart on your mouth, but sweet enough to actually drink and enjoy. I'm gonna strain that, jar it as just plum juice. This pot, I'm gonna make a syrup out of it, but I'm gonna have to divide it down because it started out at 6 gallons and I've added 9 quarts of sugar to that. And for a good syrup, like pancake syrup, the ratio is 1-to-1. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of liquid. Then I need to get it cooking and bring that sugar up to temperature so that the crystals fully dissolve and it helps make the syrup consistency. So we'll jar this, set it aside, get a water bath going to start jarring up and water bathing the plum juice. A lot of sugar to go in yet, still a lot of work tonight, but we'll get done when we can.
It's like a really beautiful day out today, and all of my tomatoes are once again produce quite a bit of tomatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them all picked before the chickens, squirrels, wild turkeys, and things get after them. I think we're gonna have to do another batch of salsa, or we're gonna maybe just do the tomato juice, which we use for soups. I have my daughter with me. She is going to help me. We're gonna get to work. We are finished with picking everything. I have a whole bucket of tomatoes right over here. This year we tried what was called mortgage lifters, and this is one of the smaller ones, but you can see the color. They're really pretty. They got the green, and then it moves into the orange, and then it's like red and pink. It's a little like ombre. I love tomatoes, period, because I think they're just a beautiful fruit. However, I will grow these again for sure next year because they have put on quite a bit of tomatoes for us, and it filled my bucket. We were able to get some tomatillos and some extra peppers because we're gonna have to do salsa and salsa verde as well. So the tomatillos are kind of neat because they start showing like the purple outer cover with the yellow, and it's kind of dried up, and then the full fruit is all ready. It's a little sticky, but very, very delicious fruit as well. I love these ones. And our peppers, look at that. That's just beautiful. So we're gonna throw these into the salsa along with some jalapenos, and then I found a few cucumbers. This one's a little big, but salt and pepper fixes that, so that works really well. I went ahead, some of my squash plants were kind of dying off, so I just took my pruners and I kind of cleaned it up. We have some pumpkins I'm gonna kind of let sit for a while, and then we also got a bunch of just random squash, so we just kind of filled it up, and we're just gonna randomly give them to the pigs. We're not gonna do it all at once. And we were able to find 2 cute watermelons. One has kind of been eaten off of, I don't know by who, probably my chickens, but we're just gonna cut it out and try it out anyway. And then we got 2 varieties, so, and then this dark one. I don't know if this one's quite ready yet, but we'll at least have them sitting on the counter so we have some fresh watermelon. That's it for the harvest. Mark is wanting us to get 16 onions for the salsa, so Sage is gonna pick those. I think he wanted like 2 or 3 more cabbages to get some more coleslaw done, or I believe sauerkraut, so we'll get that going as well. This is our second harvest of beans. Of course, they're not as big as the first one, but a week later, this is a really good, I feel like this is a really good production. This garden has been extremely impressive this year versus what we had last year, and I'm just so happy about it. I'm just thrilled.
We ended up spending about the next 5 to 6 hours processing all of the vegetables that these girls harvested out of the garden today. We didn't film much of the processing just because we were having a good time spending the day with our daughter while she visited us. Everest decided he wants to try pickling some eggs. So he's got just about 5 dozen, and he's getting started to get them hard boiled, and then he'll get them peeled, and I'll help him get a brine put together, flavored that way he wants, and then we'll try to get them packed into jars and show him how to do it. He was pretty excited about it. It's one of his favorite snacks, pickled eggs, so he's kind of anxious to try it and figure it out, so it'll be good.
So it's about 10 in the morning and the sun hasn't really hit the garden yet. So I wanted to take a look. We had a big rainstorm where it was about 1.5 inches of rain. Made things a little bit more difficult. The forecast said that we're going to get 34 degrees, but we ended up only getting 36 degrees. So it's kind of like, oh, it's getting to crunch time. So I'm going to pull up these potatoes, get them all drying out. We're supposed to be in the 70s in the next 2 days, but now I'm thinking that I might do the onions as well, just so they're drying out as well and getting that hard crust to protect them. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do all of that. So let's get right to it.
There's little guys.
Still, it's amazing that a third of a potato
Yeah.
can give you 10, 11, 6, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I think you got some more over here too.
Yeah, it's right there in your hand.
Oh. And then plenty of russets, is that?
Yeah.
They're not big, but
Babies.
they're here.
They had
I guess
3-4 weeks.
when you're in Idaho, you gotta grow some potatoes, right?